You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, General Hospital fans. This is Soap Dirt on YouTube, and we've got something big to talk about. We know that Victor Cassadine is leaving very soon. Charles Shaughnessy confirmed that he had wrapped the role, and he mentioned that he got this great villain send-off that the writers had constructed for him. So we just want to talk real quick. We've got 5 ideas, 5 great ways we think he could go out that would be a perfect villain send-off. And so we want to know what you guys think about this and see if you agree that you'd like to see one of these be his fate. Real quick, hit that subscribe button below before we dig into this so that you can get all your latest soap opera spoilers and news directly from us right here at YouTube. So top number 1 for me is this, and we had talked about this in the Soap Dirt Writers Room to get everybody's feedback on how they'd like to see this go. Number 1, the pathogen. Remember the deadly pathogen that he has got in Venezuela that he is going to unleash on the world to wipe out half the population and to make everything better for everybody. And it's the plot straight from the Avengers with Thanos. It's just ridiculous. But Liesl Obrecht mentioned when Victor brought up the pathogen that it had basically been in storage in this lab at this compound in Venezuela for a very long time, for decades. And she warned him that it might be messed up or mutated. So I think it would be very fitting if Victor was exposed to this pathogen that he was going to force on everybody else, and it is mutated and out of control, like she said, and it does something horrible to him. Even if it doesn't kill him, maybe he has to just be shipped off to some secure facility to live out his life miserably. I mean, something with boils and sores and just all kinds of creepy stuff. Wouldn't that be karmic? So that's our number 1 idea, is an expired, mutated pathogen in some kind of karmic retribution situation. Number 2, I think it would be great to see Trina Robinson push Victor overboard, or for Spencer Cassadine to push Victor overboard in defense of Trina. Right now, of course, Spencer is being held there against his will, and he's only being remotely civil because his little brother Ace Cassadine is also there. But so far, as of the time we are recording this, so it may change by the time you listen to it, but so far Victor doesn't know that Trina is on board the Haunted Star. I do think she's going to be caught soon because there's lots of henchmen in suits on that yacht. And when he does find out that she's there, I feel very strongly that Victor will try and threaten her to leverage Spencer into good behavior. And I would like to see tiny little Trina just take a running leap at Victor and send him into the drink. And drowning is always a good way to go out with villains, because unless you get the body back, there's always that possibility maybe they'll come back. Like Anna Devane's evil sister, she drowned in the harbor there in Port Charles, and everybody's certain, because they didn't find the body, that maybe Alex Merrick will come back one day. So that would be interesting, and I'd love to see Trina defend her man, even though she is so teeny tiny and adorable. What do you think? Should this be a Sprina killing of Victor? Fun, right? Number 3, this one is another, it's hard to pick. It's like picking your favorite gummy bear flavor because they're all good. So these are all, I think, good ideas for how we could take Victor out. Number 3, I feel, would be very cathartic for his son, Valentin Cassadine, because remember when Victor busted into the safe house because Lucy Co was stupid, as she is, and rash, and let herself get followed back, and that's what got them all in trouble. Valentin handed over the necklace to his dad. He just wanted to protect Anna, and Victor punished him by shooting her. He gut shot her, which is a horribly painful way to die. And he knew she probably wouldn't survive it. And he didn't kill her instantly, obviously, because for storyline purposes, they wanted her alive, but also because he wanted Valentin to watch her suffer. And I think it would be so great and would help Valentin work out some of his daddy issues if he got to put a bullet in Victor in retribution for Anna. Of course, gunshot wounds heal pretty fast on soap operas, but I don't think Anna is going to be up to shooting him herself soon. It would be great if Valentin got the chance to confront him and say, screw you, Dad, I'm killing you for you shooting my woman, bang. That could be a whole lot of fun. And, of course, Valentin feels that strongly, and I honestly don't think he would hesitate to shoot his dad at this point after what he did to Anna, and especially if he sees him as an ongoing threat. So that was our third idea. Number 4, back to Liesl Obrecht. Do you remember back in the Crichton Clark days where Liesl had told Victor that Nathan West was his biological son, and that's because she didn't want Faison to know about him, and that's why she let Madeline Reeves adopt and raise Nathan. But Victor had run a DNA test and had confronted her, and he's like, I know Nathan's not my son. And so she shot him, and then Crichton Clark blew up, and then he was presumed dead for quite a while. I think it would be great if Liesl just did the same things again, but did it harder, tried harder to make sure he was dead. She could sneak up on one of the bodyguards and slip out their gun and then pop two in Victor and then get Spencer and the baby and Trina off the boat and then blow it up. Right now, Liesl is furious at him because she is supposed to be back in Port Charles donating bone marrow to her great niece, Willow Tate, so she doesn't die. And she just despises Victor. So for Liesl to shoot at him like she did before and blow up the yacht, I don't think she would mind doing that a bit. And wouldn't that be a fun way to go out? The last is based on 2 comebacks that are coming back this week, and that is Emma Sams as Holly Sutton and Jane Elliott as Tracy Quartermain. They both have some serious skin in the game when it comes to revenge on Victor Cassadine. He kidnapped Holly's son, Ethan, and he is getting ready to sell him off to the highest bidder, and that's why Holly is racing to Venezuela. And then on Tuesday of this coming week, Tracy Quartermain is back in Port Charles, and she has got a grudge against Victor because he had Luke Spencer killed her, the love of her life. There is still some debate, is Luke dead or alive? It honestly doesn't matter because Tony Geary has made it painfully clear he does not want to be back on General Hospital. Had he wanted to come back, he would be back. They would definitely make room for him. They make room for legacy characters. Tony Geary is retired. He's in Amsterdam. He is done. So it's kind of academic whether or not Luke is alive or not. It kind of doesn't really matter in a way. But either way, Tracy thinks he's dead and she hates Victor for killing him. So we think it'd be a lot of fun if Holly and Tracy just tag teamed and gave Victor an ass kicking, gave him a brutal smackdown. Tracy might have gotten lessons from their maid. Do you remember that Quartermain maid, Alice, played by the late, great Bergen Williams? She was a wrestler when she wasn't a Quartermain maid. So maybe she taught Tracy some moves. Wouldn't it be great to see Tracy and Holly just honestly wailing on him, clotheslining him, just beating the crap out of him after his bodyguards have been sidelined? So I think there's a lot of good options. Let me just run back through it real quick. Number 1, the expired pathogen that he wants to use. Hopefully it'll backfire on him. Or he could be shoved overboard by Trina. Or Valentin could shoot him. Or Liesl could shoot him and then blow him up like she did before. And number 5, Holly and Tracy tag team. Put down in the comments which one you'd like to see, or if you have a more creative way you'd like to see Victor go out. Charles Shaughnessy did confirm that he's wrapped, but we fully expect it'll be just tiptoeing into May sweeps, or fully in May sweeps when we see Victor exit General Hospital. And it'll just be a matter of, what is this great villain send-off? Click that subscribe button below so you don't miss any updates from us. And let us know what you think in the comments about how you think villains should go out. He said it's a great villain send-off. So personally, I'm hoping if he's dead, he's only soap opera dead, not zip up in a bag dead like Ryan Chamberlain, who seems truly dead. Because it's always nice to have a Cassadine villain on ice somewhere that they can resurrect and bring back to threaten all of Port Charles at any moment. What do you think? How do you want to see Victor go out?
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.